Hello, hello, ahoy, ahoy, how's your hammer hanging? Welcome back for another video in Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet, and this time I'm doing a bit of an instructional video using Akatsuki. I'm going to do a short guide to using Lizbeth's weapon shop. Since I see quite a few questions on places like Reddit about people asking about how to max out weapon chips and stuff like that. So I'm going to show a little bit of a guide just to how it's done. Veteran players won't need to see this because they'll already know, but there's quite a few new players who don't quite get it, and there's going to be more new players once Fatal Bullet releases on Nintendo Switch for the Nintendo-based SAO fans. So there's going to be new players coming in, not sure how to do weapon chip, memory chip upgrading. So I'm going to try and show a quick guide, give a good idea of how it's done. In order to do anything with Lizbeth's shop, you do need to upgrade her level, which is mostly done through story mode. You need to do story mode on normal and on extreme mode difficulty to get her to the max level. That's something that some of the new players don't. That's another question I see a lot on Reddit as well. People asking how to get Lizbeth's shop to maximum. You do need to do story mode on extreme difficulty as well as on lower difficulties. Otherwise she won't get to maximum. It's 19th of May as of recording this, and Lizbeth's current shop maximum is level 12. Whether or not that goes up any more in future is something I can't predict. It might go up, it might not. We'll just have to see what kind of updates come in the future. There is a summer update coming soon, probably July, August time, but what that includes could be anyone's guess really. So, transformation. I do have a lot of weapons that need upgrading. Won't show all of them, but this is quite a lot, as you can see. So what kind of chips do I have? Oh, debuff stacking, but I don't have any weapons with that on, so I'll show explosive attack. You can use a memory chip filter to find weapons a lot faster. The controls depend on what console you're using, of course. So Abaddon 3 I'll really want to max out explosive attack on, so I'll show that. So I'll select that as my base weapon, and Royal Guard Mark 3 here as the material weapon or the sacrifice weapon. Once you use these weapons as materials, you cannot get them back. Once they're consumed, they're gone forever. So keep that in mind. Make sure that what you're using is something you really want to get rid of, not something that you want to keep. As you can see, there's critical damage and explosive attack in blue. That means that if I go to confirm now, those chips will automatically be upgraded. The values you see are their upgraded values, not what they were prior to upgrade. So I don't have to do anything special there, so that's quite an easy one. So I go to confirm. You get a before and after screen of what the damage difference is. As you can see, explosive force goes from 6,437 to 6,470. That's a pretty decent jump, considering that explosive attacks going from 21.18% to 21.80%. Pretty good. Crit damage goes from 27.09 to 28.59. That's quite a jump as well. Goes from 139.8% crit damage to 141.45% crit damage. Nice. So that's 2 chips getting boosted, but it only costs the same amount of transformation chips as 1 upgrade. That's one of the handy things about weapons transformation. Doesn't matter how many memory chips you upgrade, the cost will always be the same. So it is quite beneficial to try and upgrade as many chips as possible in one go. But then again, transformation chips don't cost that much anyway. You can get them from the Shady Material Merchant for 7,500 each. As you can see, I've got over 440 million credits. I've also got 602 beautiful diamonds, which are worth 1 million credits each, so I do have quite a lot of money to play with. See if I can find one that shows a bit more of what is available. Hang on. Crit rate. Oh, that one had crit rate, didn't it? So I'll show you this as well. As you can see on the material weapon, there's one with a red cross on it. That means that you can't transfer chip itself over to the base weapon. But if I scroll down to crit rate, suddenly it comes white on a material weapon. If I select crit rate and then select crit rate over here, it will boost the crit rate on the base weapon. So that means I can boost these two blue ones as well as crit rate, which pre-existed on the weapon. Of course, I'm not going to do that because that would mean I'd lose out on a weapon that boosts optical attack by 23.73%. So I'm going to hold on to that. But I just wanted to show you that one so that you can see that even with memory chips you've unlocked, you can still boost them. Whether it's locked or unlocked doesn't matter as long as both weapons have the same memory chips. So I'm going to back out on that one. And that's all I can do for explosive damage. The ones that remain are very low value, so I'm not going to waste time with those. Abaddon. So I'll back out on that. Weapon attack. Let's see what I can do for weapon attack. What one needs weapon attack most? 16.48%. Ooh, Gungnir. That's close to maximum. The current chip cap for weapon attack is 22%, so I am very close there. So let's try and get that to the top. Okay, got a Mido type AR Co double plus with 11.79% weapon attack. That should do a good chunk. Oh, it gets a bit closer anyway. So weapon attack goes up, crit damage goes up, and it's also got damage versus mechs, so I will copy that over as well. And give that a bit of a boost too. That's nice. So once again my stats go up. Physical power goes up by 1 point. Explosive force goes up by 4 points. And crit damage goes up by 0.01%. Oh boy. But that's fine. I don't mind that. That's 3 chips for the price of 1 upgrade. So that's not too bad. What else we've got? 9.6, well that's a bit low. 1.33, that's very low. Oh dear. I do not have many good weapon attacks. Right, I guess I'll use this one anyway. So I push my weapon attack to 21.5 and crit rate to 32.5. That's a little bit better, but ooh, actually, that's got good obstacle attack, so I won't do that. Let's switch to obstacle attacks so I don't accidentally waste those. Denabkitis 4 is the only weapon I've got left that still needs optical attack boosted, so I will give that a good shot. It also boosts explosive attack. That's good to have. And crit rate. Groovy. So that's those two boosts. Optical attack is very close to maxed out now. The cap on optical attack is currently 29.5%. So that's something I want to aim for if I can. I can't really do anything about experience points. You can only unlock roughly half of the locked memory chips on a weapon. On legendaries that's easy to work out. That's 4 chips you can unlock, 4 chips you can't. On epic it depends whether it has 6 chips or 7 chips. Weapons with 6 chips you can have 3 unlocked, 3 locked. On 7 chips I believe it's 3 locked, 4 unlocked, which is still pretty good, but ultimately you want legendaries so you can unlock as many chips as possible. Increase your odds of getting as many good chips as possible. So obstacle up to 29.41, crit rate up to 17.14. Because crit rate's currently very low, the cap is 44.5, I can still use low value material weapons to do quite big boosts to crit rate. But once that gets higher, the boosts will drop. So that's something else to watch out for. As you increase the chips more and more, it will have less effects on the amount it gets boosted by. Things like ammo capacity and auto reload rates, since they have such high caps, even at high levels they still boost by quite a lot, even if material weapons like 1% boost. So that's something to watch out for as well. Ultimately you want to try and get the chips the chips on material weapons to have as high a boost as possible, all the same. Not only will that increase the amount of boosting that is provided, but it'll also stop you from overflowing your storage with crap. So that's something to watch out for as well, because it's never good to have a lot of crap in your storage. Right, but Al Nasser should finish me off here. Obstacle, yes, that's maxed out now. So that's good. The maximum for obstacle is 2,490 now. Then again, I don't have maxed out weapon attacks, so that will put my obstacle power up as well. But for now, it looks like this. It's not maxed out, but it is still pretty good. It's getting there. That's the main thing. So I now no longer have weapons that need optical attack boosted, because they're all done. As I say, you can use chip filter to narrow down what you're dealing with. It can get a little bit overwhelming with all the various stats and things. Looks like I have crit damage and ammo capacity to get up. Physical attack as well. Damage and max HP will do with being improved. Weapon weak spot damage. I've got quite a few weapons still to use up. But I won't do all of those now. That'll just make the video unnecessarily long. That should give you a good overview of what you need to do to upgrade weapons. Could have done with explaining it a bit more clearly without stumbling over my words, but only so much I can do about that, I'm afraid. Ultimately, what you need is unlocking chips, which you get from doing quests and side quests. Transformation chips you can get from quests, but ultimately most of what you'll get will come from the Shady Material Merchant, who has an unlimited supply of transformation chips. And of course you need credits, but not too many. Number of transformation chips you need depends on the weapon's rank and rarity. As you can see, I've got a legendary Denvkaitos there, rank 11, so it takes 9 chips, 9 transformation chips. So that's the highest at the moment, so not a huge amount when you think about it. Oh yeah, here's a good example of difference. They're both rank 11, but those Moonlights are legendary and those are epic, so there's a difference of 3 transformation chips in upgrading. Those Moonlights are as high as I'm going to get them, and those are going to be given to the Tenshi's Arthur's. They're not legendary, they're not perfect, but they'll do, to be honest. I don't need them to be super perfect, I just need them to give a good punch. Because at the moment, the Tenshi's Arthur's Gabriel is using Drak El Shamal Plus, I think, which is like rank 9. They're okay, but they're quite weak, considering that the Tenshi's, you know, she's done Dissonance of Nexus on extreme mode, so really she should be using better weapons than that. But yeah, I have got a lot of weapons that still need maxing out, and they're all that's the downside to having, well, A, having 3 characters, and A being some I will try that again. That's the downside of A, having 3 characters, and B, being something of a weapon collector. Fucking, I will get my words out someday. But yeah, I do have a lot of weapons to get through. It's not just for me, it's for my offices on each character as well. I've also got 2 weapons that I've set aside for when I create my 4th character, the Beetlejuice Double Plus and Dragonfall Double Plus, just to help out my 4th character once I get them started, which will be some point in the future, but I haven't finished upgrading these yet, so they've both got experience chips on them because that'll help them level up faster. Alright, so I think that was everything I wanted to say about weapon upgrading. Oh yeah, these guys, yeah, these 2 were rewards for bounties, so overall I kept most of the chips the same, but there was a couple that I wanted to change. Why does the Pandora 87 have damage as humanoids? Oh, I was waiting to put something else on it, that's why. never mind. Okay, no big deal. And the Praseodymium 2. Just need to max out ammo capacity and then I can send that to Sora. Alright, so now I know what I'm doing. But yeah, there's still a few weapons I still want to farm for actually. I'm still doing quite a lot of legendary farming, but we'll get in there. Okay, so was that everything now? Yeah, I believe so. I've explained that you need about what you need. I've demonstrated how it works. Talked about how to get Lizbeth to max rank. So yeah, that should be everything then for explaining how weapon transformation works. To enhance weapons, you of course need to be not max rank, but you need to select weapon that you want to enhance, and it will tell you what materials you need. There's two different formulas. They don't make any difference to how the enhancement goes. It's just that Formula 1 usually is easier to acquire than Formula 2, whereas Formula 2 tends to use less materials, but they can be kind of hard to get. And then of course you've got Formula 3, which is enhanced materials stuff, which usually drops from gold drones. In this case I've got 16 enhanced material R10, so I could upgrade these Supernova here to Supernova Plus, but I'm not going to do that because it's a sacrificial weapon, not a weapon I want to keep, so I'm not going to do that. But I just wanted to show you how enhancing would work if you wanted to do it. As you can see, I can't use Formula 1 because I don't have the right materials for it, but I do have for Formula 2 and Formula 3. I've actually maxed out my storage on Giant Snowstorm Queen Spears. That's how many times I've grinded her. Pretty ridiculous amount, but still at it since she drops 6 to 12 diamonds. And you will need a lot of diamonds to get lots of money. So that should be everything then. Yeah, I believe so. Join me next time. As I said in the last video I did, which was with Sora, I'll be taking on Meteorological Institute Ruins on Extreme Mode. I just wanted to get this little instructional video out of the way, just since I keep seeing questions about memory chip upgrading on places like Reddit. And occasionally on YouTube as well. So that's that explanation taken care of. If anyone has anything else they want me to explain, leave a comment and I will see if I can give a good explanation on that. And there we go. Anything I managed to miss out in this video, again, ask in the comments and I'll see if I can clarify. I apologise for not speaking as clearly as I'd like. There are reasons for that, but I don't want to get into those, so let's just drop it, please. Okay. So, join me for the next video, which, as I say, will be with Sora. Until then, just enjoy this game.